Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I decided I wanted to do like kind of like a little studio vlog. To kind of show you my process for creating stuff. I'm not going to do a whole lot tonight because I do have presents to wrap for Christmas. But I wanted to share something exciting that will be coming to the shop. I'm adding some new products. So let's get that open. They just came in from Amazon today. Let's see here. So the first one is going to be these little like zipper bags. Now I know I can sew zipper pouches, but these are going to be for sublimation. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm going to do a couple themed, it's a little thread here, themed releases, I guess. And I also got tote bags. Okay, well, technical difficulties here, guys. But I also got tote bags. So my idea was, oh cool, it came with a Teflon sheet, which with sublimation, I don't think you can have too many of these, so that is awesome. But these are the tote bags I got. So my thought was I would make little sets. So a matching tote bag with a matching zipper pouch. And this is what the so they're good sized tote bags. I like them. And they feel really nice too. And so do the zipper pouches. So I think one of the videos I'm going to do is going to be a tutorial on sublimating tote bags and zipper pouches. And then we'll do a launch. I'll select a date. I don't know what that will be yet, but I will select a launch date and we'll do a whole release. I'm thinking nurse and medical assistant, teacher, and maybe reading themed. Might throw in some Valentine's Day in there since that's kind of the next major holiday. But yeah, that is where we're at now. Really excited to get started on these. We'll probably do some of that tomorrow night or tomorrow. I am off work tomorrow, so that will be fun. I'll get some crafting time done. We'll probably cut some fabric tomorrow. I have a craft fair to prepare for in April. I know that sounds like it's far off, but it'll be here before we know it. So I want to have tote bags for that. I want to have plenty of bowl cozies, and I plan on releasing ice cream pint cozies as well. So we'll be making those at some point. So yeah, just got lots of plans for the upcoming months before the next craft fair. Wow, my brain is fried, guys. My brain is fried. But yeah, I'm just super excited about stuff that is coming. I will also be learning DTF, which stands for direct to film. So that is super exciting because that will open up the colors that I can sublimate on, for lack of a better word, even though sublimation and DTF are two different things. But with sublimation, the ink is slightly transparent, and you can't sublimate on dark colors. So DTF stands for direct to film. The ink prints directly on a film, and then the backing, the back layer essentially prints as a white layer on top. And then you have to use a certain powder to cure the ink, and then you just transfer it onto your garment, and you can do black, green, blue, any dark colors. But again, with sublimation, it's slightly transparent, so you have to have light colors. So it'll just kind of open up possibilities for me, and I'm really excited about it. So I'm waiting on my printer to come in, but once it does, you'll go through that whole journey with me. So I think that's all I have for tonight, because like I said, I do gotta wrap some presents. Christmas is coming. But tomorrow we will do some studio work, I think. So we will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys. Good morning. So today I was working on pressing some stuff and testing out the tote bags, and they didn't quite work out like I wanted. What I didn't realize when I purchased them is they are 100% cotton. And for sublimation, you need at least 60% polyester. So, I mean, it came out, but it was super faded. So I guess I'll just have to save these for DTF when my DTF printer comes, which is fine. It's a learning experience. So the zipper pouches, however, turned out really cute. So I've got this little like yarn chicken one, super adorable. And then I made this one, a little spin on the Friends theme song. Kind of fun, super adorable. So the zipper pouches will work out, but the tote bags will not work out for sublimation. So I'll have to figure something else out for that, because I do really want to release like a set with a tote bag and a little zipper pouch. So we will have to see. Oh, I prefer my zippers to go open to the left, and this one opens to the right. So I just pressed it on the wrong side, which it's not the end of the world. It's just personal preference. But yeah, so, and here's the first tote bag I did. I totally messed this one up. It's upside down and everything. But these were just testers, and it went all the way through. So yeah, I need to put butcher paper or parchment paper in the tote bags before I press them going forward. Otherwise, yeah, it even went through my Teflon sheets onto my heat press mat. So that's not good, but so yeah, they just aren't super vibrant like I would want them to be. And also upside down on this one. So, and yeah. But yeah, so tote bags are a learning experience. So I'll get that figured out. But yeah, that's where we're at. Okay, I'm back for some more fabric cutting here. I had planned on doing more of it today, but I was just unmotivated. I went to Hobby Lobby as well because I needed to get a gift for my family Secret Santa that we do every year. We do that instead of buying for everybody just because there's so many kids. I'm the oldest of 6 kids, so if we all had to buy for everybody, that would be quite the expense. So we do a Secret Santa, so I had to go pick something up for that. I am making them a gift. I doubt they'll see it, but I'm not going to mention it. See this video, but I'm not going to mention it just in case. I had hoped to get a lot more stuff done in this little studio vlog, but it's just very unmotivated. I'm cutting out these little 10-inch squares for bowl cozies, and I absolutely love this fabric. So I think I'm going to do 2 of those for now, because I also want to get started on making like mason jar covers. I know a lot of people like to do sourdough and stuff, so I feel like those would be good for those kind of people. So we'll make those we'll get some of those cut as well. But right now, like I said, I'm just cutting out little 10-inch squares. Okay. Nope, gotta go there. When I'm cutting, I kind of cut it slightly larger than I need so I can kind of trim it down, especially if my fabric is a little bit uneven. But another one for the mason jar covers. What I did is I took a piece of cardboard. This was just an Amazon box, and I traced around the mouth of the mason jar, and then I drew 2 inches and just put little dots all around and just kind of cut this out. It doesn't have to be perfect. We'll make it look better when we actually go to make it. So I'm gonna take just a pen here. I'm just kind of trying to go all the way around. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'll just want to make sure that I cut all the pen out, because this is not an erasable pen. I should have been using an erasable pen. I'm gonna go grab my fabric scissors and then we'll cut that piece out. Be right back. Okay. I grabbed my handy dandy fabric scissors because I don't know that I'd be able to really trace this properly or accurately with a rotary cutter. I definitely much prefer a rotary cutter when it comes to cutting fabric, but I usually have a ruler when I'm using the rotary cutter. I don't know that I'd be able to accurately trace this with a rotary cutter. So this is what we're doing. And I'll do the same with the lining. I'll trace it and then cut it out. And then you sew them together, leaving an opening, right sides together, leaving an opening. Then you turn it inside out. And then you create an inner circle of stitching that you'll then feed an elastic piece through. So like, pretend this is stitched right here. It's stitched closed, but we'll just pretend there's a gap here. And then you put an inner circle of stitching and you close that one. And then through the gap that is going to be here, you'd feed a piece of elastic through it and then top stitch along the edge to seal it in. Well, you feed the elastic through. Let's back up a little bit. Feed the elastic through. Attach the 2 ends of the elastic together. You can either tie it or you can sew it. I'm going to probably sew it just to keep it a little more secured. Or maybe I'll tie it and then sew the loose ends down. I don't know. We'll figure that out when it comes time to do that. But then you'll top stitch around the outside, and then you'll have this cute little like jar cover to go over your mason jar. And I think it's gonna be adorable. So I'm gonna make those. I'm cutting out, like I said, bowl cozies as well. And I'm gonna cut out some book sleeves of this fabric as well. And whatever other fabric I have on hand right now. I still have a lot of fabric on hand. I wish I had more variety, but I don't. So we're just gonna work with what I have. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you like this kind of content, go ahead and hit like and subscribe. I'm still working out the kinks of filming. Like, this lighting is not very good. Let me see here. See, is that better? I think that's better. So, I mean, if you could just bear with me while I essentially relearn how to film my videos, because I had it down pretty good before, but I don't know. It's been a couple years since I've been doing this, and I wanted to restart. So I'm just jumping back in and trying to figure it out as I go. So I'm sorry if that bothers you, but that's just real life here. But I just want to say thank you for joining me on this little like studio vlog, working through my little tote bag fail. I did return those tote bags because it is not what I wanted. The listing on Amazon said they were for sublimation, but then after I pressed them and realized it wasn't working out, I looked at the tag and it said 100% cotton. You cannot sublimate on 100% cotton. Plus, they just felt really, really thin, so I didn't like that. So I want to get some higher quality tote bags to sublimate on, and for DTF whenever my printer does come in. So thanks for joining me on this probably chaotic studio vlog, but that's just life around here. And I hope you'll stick around, hit that thumbs up button, hit subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.